What's going on? You know what? I gotta lay this down tonight. Listen, I've had some conversations over the last, I don't know, 49 years or so. No, literally, I would say more in the last couple of months. I've had some unbelievable conversations about some really cool things. Elizabeth, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you for popping on. Thank you to anybody who's shared this out. I really appreciate it. I'm going to lay down some things that I've experienced in my life. Greg Crane, Kelly Hamilton, how are you? So, Earl, how in the world are you, Earl? Dude, I was watching something on the Grant Cardone's thing and saw you on there last night, Earl, on the whatever it takes. Hey, Catherine, how you doing? Brad French, Derek, what's going on? Jessica Loving, how are you? I love all these people. You guys are awesome. So, listen, I've had some conversations recently about what it takes to become successful. And everybody's out here. Yeah, that was awesome, dude. I was like, oh, there's my boy Earl. So, there's so many people out here that are gurus, and I love some of them. Some of them, whatever. I'm 49 years old. I've owned businesses since I was in my early 20s. I've been around the block a time or two. I wrote a book on it called Walls of Wisdom, Turning Pain into Profit. So look, Deborah, how are you? What's up, Brad? Home from Toronto, 3 hours. Oh, Lord. Chuck Studebaker, what up, what up? So listen, I'm going to lay down some stuff here. All right, step number one is this. Jason Alt, how you doing? Step number one, and I have this all written out, so this might take a minute, but listen. So pick one thing. Pick one thing. Thank you, Chuck. Hey, Seuss, how you doing? Jeff, thank you. So pick one thing. What's up? What's up, Robert Stern? You got to pick something and get really, really good at it. I don't care what it is. I see too many people out there who are trying to, maybe they have a full-time job, or they're trying to do this, or they're trying to do that. They're in this MLM and that MLM and that one over there, and they're doing this over here on the job, and they're mowing yards on the side, and they're doing this and they're doing that. Like, what? Like, and I say that. What's up, Dwayne Smith? How you doing, bro? Johanna, how are you? So listen, I'm not judging. I've been there. I've done it. Let me tell you a story. I was meeting with my buddy who's also my attorney. And we're talking one day on the phone. He's like, how's business? I said, oh, it's good. Dale Childress Jr., what's up? Thank you all for sharing this, by the way. I'm going to lay down some valuable information, so you might want to share this out if you haven't. So listen. He goes, how's it going? I said, well, I'm doing send out cards, and I'm doing my business, this business I have, building websites and SEO and social media marketing, everything that I do. And he says, well, how's it going in your main business? I said, well, I'm kind of shifting gears a little bit. I'm doing some of this send out cards is really cool, man. And I'm going to be the largest send out cards distributor on planet Earth. And he's like, dude, what? He goes, you built my website. You built all these websites. You're maintaining. You're doing all this stuff, and you're really freaking good at it. What are you doing? I go, well, dude, Google changed the algorithm. It's getting a little more challenging, and people don't want to pay for it, and everybody wants cards, man. So he goes, dude, listen to me. Listen to me. He said, you cannot have a mistress. You can't have a mistress, bro. I said, dude, I don't have a mistress. What the hell are you talking about? He said, I ain't talking about against like a woman. I'm talking about your business, man. You're cheating on your business. You can't cheat on your main thing. Make your main thing the main thing. Grant Cardone says that. Find one thing and freaking get good at it. Don't cheat on your thing, man. Don't cheat on your main thing. If your main business is if I don't care what it is, if it's selling vitamins in an MLM company, then you know what? Pick that lane and get really, really good at it. Before you, Jody DeVere, how are you? William Fowler, how's it going? So get really good at one thing. Don't like go, well, I'm going to do this. I'm going to sell vitamins for this company. And then I'm also going to do this over here. And I'm going to do this and this and this and this. Because you'll not, even the Bible says a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. And I'm not a big Bible pusher at all. I'm not a Bible thumper. I'm just saying that, like, it's written in ancient script. Like, don't go in so many different directions. You got to pick one thing and hammer it. I mean, hammer it. So that's number one. Pick one thing and get really, really good at it. And stay focused on it for a long time. That's what it takes. That's the first step. Second step is this. Trust your gut. Learn how to trust your gut. If you don't know how to trust your gut, I can tell you there's all kinds of stuff out there. I learned how to trust my gut, and I still make mistakes. So look, you're going to make mistakes. Put that bat down. Don't beat yourself up. Don't stop. Like, don't just when you make a mistake, let it go, move on, keep pushing forward. You got to keep pushing forward. Grant talks about that too. A lot of great leaders talk about that. They talk about like, hey, let the past go and push, man. Just keep pushing and trust your gut. Listen, you got to be very careful. I searched this, man. I looked this up. Like there are sociopaths, psychopaths that people trust, right? That they're just good. And I'm going to give you an example of somebody that came up in this search. Ted Bundy. Y'all know who he is? Ted Bundy was a very charming guy, a very, very charming man. People loved this dude, okay? They loved him. And here's what happened. In the 80s, he got executed. He was executed. Do you know why he was executed? Even though he was a volunteer at a suicide prevention center, the dude murdered 40 women and he got executed. So you gotta be careful who you trust. Trust your gut. If your gut is saying unfriend this person, get rid of this person, get this person out of your life, don't trust them, they're gonna lead you down the wrong path, then trust your gut. Trust your gut. It doesn't matter. You got to learn to trust your gut. Michael Fafrak, how you doing? They loved him to death. I mean, they killed him, right? They executed him because he murdered 40 women. Thanks, Jeff. I appreciate that, brother. I really do. What's up, Michael? How you doing? Allison, how are you? So another thing is, like, and this is just kind of a given. Like, it's just a given. If I need to say this, if I say this to you and you go, oh my God, thank God he said that, then you've got issues that nobody can solve. And that is, just be a good person. Be a good person. Do the very, very, very best you can to always do what you say you're going to do, and be a good person. Don't hurt people. One of my prayers I say once in a while in the morning is, God, use me as an instrument in your world today. And if I can't be used to help anybody, then for your sake, for God's sake, get it? Just don't let me hurt anybody. Okay. So be a good person. So if you like all of a sudden had an epiphany when I said be a good person, woo, you got some deep issues. So, a friend of mine told me one time, calls me up. He's like, hey, how's business? I said, dude, it's like, it's not going well. Like he goes, well, what are you doing? I said, well, I'm praying a lot. And he said, what? What? You gotta work, man. I go, I know, but like I went out for a couple of days knocking on doors and and everybody turned me down, man. And he's like, okay, but and I'm laughing because it's so silly now. I'd have no issue with it today, but like back then, it was like, I don't know what it was. I was terrified. So I'm like, well, he goes, dude, praying isn't going to feed you or pay your bills. I hate to burst your bubble. It's not going to work. Like I said, dude, where's your faith? Woe unto ye who has little faith. And he's like, what is wrong with you? He goes, listen, and he was one of my mentors. And he says to me, he says, look, you've got to, here, I wrote it down. You have to pray like you cannot work and work like there is no God. And I've not ever forgotten that. I've never forgotten that. Craig, Brad, how you doing? Gosh, look at all you people are freaking amazing. So pray like you can't work and work like there is no God. You got to do that. You got to work. It's Sunday. I've been working, literally sitting in my office all day long, working today, all day. Doesn't mean I don't have faith. It means I have bills to pay. I got mouths to feed. I got things to do, and I'm blowing up, and I've got big, big goals. So I'm going to work. I'm going to get the job done. I'm going to do what I have to do. So then the last thing, and Dale Childress Jr., you'll appreciate this one, man. Learn how to sell. You got to learn how to sell. Like if you can't sell, like, if you're in business, if you own a business or you work for a business, I don't care if you clean the bathrooms. I don't care if you are the receptionist. I don't care. You don't want to be the receptionist forever, I would imagine. You don't want to clean the bathrooms forever, I would imagine. Maybe you do. Maybe that's what you were put here to do. I don't know. Maybe you're the best freaking janitor on the planet or the best receptionist ever. I don't know. And if you are, props to you for that. But you've got to, what Dale's saying right there. Jennifer Devine, how are you? You've got to drive revenue. And if you're the receptionist and you want out of that and you want to move up in the company you're in, or you want to move up in life, you want to deliver or have anything that you want in life, you've got to do this one thing, and that is you have to learn how to sell. And there are volumes and volumes and volumes. Bathrooms are the first impression to your business. Just an FYI, I totally agree with that, Allison. And hey, if I was going to be the janitor, I would be the best janitor ever on the planet. I would give everything that I had to that. So you've got to learn how to sell. If you're the receptionist and you want to move out of that, learn how to sell. Learn how to sell. If you own a gym like Allison does, learn how to sell. Learn how to shut it down. If you're Dale Childress Jr., I don't even have to tell that dude. He knows how to close anything. But learn how to sell. You got to sell yourself in everything. If you want to move up in life, if you want to move up in anything that you're doing, there's my buddy Mike Anthony. I think that's the Mike. It's weird. I have like 2 or 3 Mike Anthonys that are friends of mine. But anyway, you've got to learn how to sell. I don't care what you're doing. It doesn't matter. If you don't learn how to sell, you're going to be stuck, man. But if you do learn how to sell, you'll never be without money. You'll never be without a job. You'll never be without opportunity. I know how to sell, and I could, if things went sideways for me, I could call Dale and say, dude, I want to come sell for you. When do I start? And he'd hire me in a heartbeat like that. Allison, I could come over there and triple your sales in your gym. Anybody that, if you know how to sell, I could probably do even more than that. But if you really, truly know how to sell, you can have anything you want in life. Anything. Every successful business person on this planet is a great salesperson. Every one of them. They had to say, Bill Gates, the little geeky looking dude, he looks like a little geek, right? He looks like a little geek. But the thing is, that dude had to sell his ideas. You have to know how to sell. Your employees have to know how to sell. Your clients and your family have to know. Exactly. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Right, Michael. Eric Cornelius, how you doing? So Allison said, oh yeah. So look, if knowing how to sell the product, as long as you believe in the product, what is the best resource to learn to sell? Eric, don't even say it, dude. The cat's here. So the best resources, I'm going to tell you, I've been through, hey, Dan Keller, Mindy Rosen, how you doing? I've been through, I studied for years. I studied Brian Tracy, The Psychology of Selling. I studied Zig Ziglar, See You at the Top, Secrets of Closing the Sale. As a matter of fact, I have that book right here. There's Zig Ziglar, Secrets of Closing the Sale. It's a giant book. I have that book. I have Sell or Be Sold by Grant Cardone. I have Ask Gary Vee. I've got all of these things. But Cardone University, when I got on Cardone University, and it's not, and look, I was a national sales trainer in the home security industry. I have been in sales for a long time. I sold water purification systems for a dude that was a Amway distributor when I was 16, 17 years old. I sold water purification systems and softeners way back then, and that was a long time ago. So like if you learn how to sell, you can have anything in life. But you have to learn how to sell. There's Dan. Dan, yeah, I did, man. Amway's water softener. I don't even remember. I was like 17, man. Who sells water now? Dan the Waterman. That's who. So look, I'm going to go over them real quick again because I see a lot of latecomers in here. Uncle G, man, dude, Grant Cardone is one of the freaking best sales trainers I've ever seen in my life. I got on Cardone University and it literally changed my life. It changed my life. You go through Cardone University. If you go through Cardone University and you feel like you can't sell after that, call me up and I'll personally refund your money. I'll personally refund your money. It's amazing. I don't know if I should have said that. No, I won't personally refund your money. No, but I'm telling you, it's really, really good. You'll get through the whole thing and you'll say, man, these are some of the key points I've been missing. Sorry, I'm going to have to retract that. Too many people might try to take me up on that. But listen, because it's not cheap. But anything super, super good is not going to be cheap. So Cardone University, literally, it changed everything for me. I went through there and it wasn't like there were these unbelievable new closes. There were some, but it was the delivery of them. It was the delivery, how to communicate more effectively. This is recorded. So's my retraction, dude. So, like, hey, I'm exercising my 3-day right to rescind on that right now. So, like, look, if you just learn how to sell, you gotta first pick one thing. Pick one thing. If Dan the Waterman called me up and he said, dude, I'm the best waterman in the freaking world. Oh, by the way, I'm also selling some vitamins and hair care products. You want some? I'd be like, what? Are you crazy? What are you talking about, dude? Like, you gotta pick one thing and get super, super good at it. And stay focused. Stay on it. Give it 10 years. Give it 15 years. Stay on it. Don't let up. If you're the owner of the company, you're going to want to let up. And I'm going to tell you something. I know a dude that does $100 million a year that I called up. I write about the story in my book. I called him up and I said, what's the secret? And he said, there's no secret, man. You just stay in the ring. You keep running. You keep fighting. And you don't let that blanking, you know what, tiger catch you. And this is a guy that was borrowing money on his freaking credit card to make payroll. So, and I've been there too. So you got to pick one thing and get good at it and stick with it. Stay with it no matter what. No matter what. I had a car repossessed from my old 2-3 offices ago. I had a car repossessed in front of my employees. I've told that story before. Like, I was like, one of my employees goes, hey, Ken? I go, yeah. Thanks, Dwayne. Appreciate you being here. He's like, I just started listening to Sell or Be Sold. I need to get... Sell or Be Sold is freaking awesome. It's my favorite book. I've been listening to Be Obsessed or Be Average. I was like, I haven't finished that. Oh my gosh, I'm about halfway through it now. So like, this guy comes to me. He says now he goes 50,000 square foot. Come on, dude. So he says there's a tow truck out there. The dude's like looking in your windows, and I'm like, well, tell him to get out of here. He goes, yeah, he's parked like right behind it with his tow truck. I'm like, oh, wonder why. Let me go out there and talk to him. You guys get back to work. You know, hey, at least I made payroll, but I wasn't, I just like, you got, but you got to push through it, man. You got to push through it. Anybody successful's had to go through that. Anybody successful. My brother-in-law, I don't even know what he owns. 2, 3, 4, 500 rental properties and factories and airplanes and airport and all kinds of stuff. And I remember him getting the only thing he had was a pickup truck and it got repossessed. I remember that, And that was back when he was building his businesses. And he had a college degree, and he had, you know, he was an Air Force pilot. He went through all these things, and he's still freaking, you know, like, you just got to push through it, and you don't give up. No matter what, you don't give up. Unless there's like, you know, hey, you're selling horse and buggies, and you know, they've moved over to the automobile. You know, there are reality factors there, right? My payroll's close to 30,000 December. Boom, dude. I love that stuff, man. I love hearing that, Dan. I love that. Dan's only been in business for 4 or 5 months, if that, right? Like, and look at him, man. He's just killing it. I freaking love that, man. But he went through all the hard work of many, many years in his business trying to work with other companies, and he did. He did it, and he did it very successfully. But look, now he's pushing through, got his own deal going. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. And there'll come times when it's going to be harder. There's going to be highs, there's going to be lows, but you got to push through it. And when you push through it, you push through it to massive success eventually. It doesn't come overnight. I learned a very, very valuable lesson last year in the whole not giving up on your own stuff. I learned a very valuable lesson. And you know what? I came back, I bounced back, I pushed through it, and I'm back, and I'm crushing it, and I'm doing all kinds of really awesome things with some amazing clients, some amazing people. So you just got to do that, man. The other thing is learn to trust your gut. Trust your gut. And then be a good person. That's not that's kind of a given. If you're not a good person, you're screwed. You shouldn't even be watching this. Pray like you cannot work. Work like there is no God. Learn how to sell and deliver the best possible results you can. The best possible results. You must hydrate your hustle. Dude, I need one of those water bottles. We're going to talk. So that's all I wanted to share with you guys. I genuinely appreciate each and every one of you. I've gotten so many freaking notifications of all of you that have shared this. I really appreciate that. Thank you for your time. I know it's valuable. Appreciate you hopping on here. I love each and every one of you. I thank you. Oh, you like my shirt? Go Bucks. That's right. That's right. All right, listen. Hey, you guys have a great night. Thank you for jumping on. I appreciate you. I'll talk to you soon. Have a good night. See ya.